Bonjour, France. Happy Sunday. Today's video that we have on the list is 30 most surprising and best villages to visit in France in 2025. Ultimate France travel. So anyways, the original channel hosting this video, or creating this video, that actually created it, is Lifestyle How. So make sure you go check that out. There will be a link in the description section down below, as there will always be. And we're going to jump into this, check it out, and thanks for watching with me, guys. Appreciate it.
So in today's video, we're going to cover quite a number of places for you to visit in France.
All right.
And a lot of these locations are some real hidden gems.
That's that Mount Saint Michel or whatever. That's like in the middle of the ocean, not in the middle of the ocean, but it's off the coast, depending on the tides and stuff. Very cool. And it's like, there's a lot of history to this place, and it dates back a couple thousand years, I think. And it was just a random hill with a village on the top or something, and it's just incredible.
Some real hidden gems and a lot of surprises, but not forgetting some of the best places. So let's take a look at 30 most surprising and a few top places to visit in France.
All right, let's do it. Pontrieux? Oh, wait, what?
First up is the stunning, colourful town that's literally overflowing with flowers.
That was a weird edit. I thought that the video was broken for a second, but okay.
Pontrieux.
Pontrieux.
Now, I think this is a great town to visit, and it's one of the 22 small towns of character in Brittany.
That looks
cool.
So
it's called the Flower Town, known for its picturesque setting along the River Trieux, and often referred to as the Little Venice of Trégueux.
Okay, Little Venice. I was actually going to say, this reminds me of, there's a place in the Netherlands that, oh, wow, what is the name of the city? I can't remember, but they call it the Village Without Roads, because it's all built on like canals, and you have to basically take boats to get in and out. Like I think there's like a road around the outer city, but like inside the actual like community, it's all canals, and it looks a lot like this, of course, different architecture and whatnot. And they call that the Little Venice of the Netherlands. So I think anything that's like water related, they refer to it as Venice, Little Venice of whatever country, right? But yeah, this place looks incredible.
And so, with its viaduct and its 2 bridges, the town can also be strolled around by day or night. Number 2. Saint-Paul-de-Vence. Now, this is easily one of the most beautiful medieval walled cities that you can visit on a day trip from Nice. With views over the French Riviera and the mountains of Provence, this historical location was an artist's paradise and a must on anyone's Côte d'Azur itinerary.
Looks nice. How old is it?
So it's not so famous for its countless tourist attractions, but it's a great attraction in itself.
Oh, wow.
Located on the French shore of
The
Lake Geneva.
The edits are weird on that. Like, it shows just a split second of something and then boom, on to something else. But I mean, it's whatever. I mean, there's 30 of them to get through, right?
Geneva and Evian.
700? That's a small place.
So while small,
wow,
the town of Ivoire is packed with history. Known for its restored medieval homes and buildings, the town overlooks Lake Geneva.
That'd be incredible to go through a place like that.
So you can walk around the town and stop by the remarkable Garden of the 5 Senses, which is designed to please all 5 of your senses, such as the colourful and fragrant plants, where you can sometimes pluck the flowers and feel or taste them, if that's your thing. But while touring the town, you can also stop by Ivoire Castle.
Did he say you can taste the flowers? Is that what he said?
Which was built during the 14th century. Number 4.
Colmar.
One of my all-time favorites is Strasbourg.
71,000. Okay, so this is a proper city, huh? It's getting there.
France's Alsace region. And this is a city that's overflowing with half-timbered houses, historic buildings, and those flower-lined canals.
I like
now, let me
those,
tell you, it's not just
I like that style of building. I really, really do. And I wish they had some around here.
a place to go for Christmas.
Christmas town, huh?
And when I heard that there was a nearby town back in the day which was supposedly even more colourful, had prettier buildings and more flowers, and an extra scenic canals, then how could I resist visiting Colmar?
Fair.
Dijon. A city
Dijon.
that's steeped in elegance and charm.
Is this where the Dijon mustard comes from?
It's known for its rich history and its food. Now, Dijon is a place where past meets the present. And as you wander through the streets, you'll notice some really magnificent yet medieval architecture.
I love those roof tiles. This is something similar to, was it Versailles or one of the giant chateaus has roof tiles similar to this, like the colors and the patterns. Very cool.
Including the iconic Dijon Cathedral and the Ducal Palace. So obviously, whenever I think of Dijon, I
Notre
think of
Dame?
mustard.
Yeah, mustard.
And the shops are a must visit, giving you a taste of the famous Dijon heritage. But don't forget to take those relaxing strolls along the Owls Trail, which is like a self-guided walking tour that reveals the city's hidden gems. And the only way to do it, folks.
Pile of snacks. Yeah, see, that's the kind of stuff. That's cool. Hold on. Just city squares like that. Like, I just love the way this looks. You got just these crazy crooked streets. The houses or the buildings are built to form to the weird shaped streets, and it's just organic, and I love it. And you don't have anything like that here. Not at least where I'm at. Maybe somewhere in the country, but not around me.
So this is Visley, a picturesque hilltop village and one of Burgundy's most beautiful destinations.
With only 450 people living there? Wow.
So it's perched atop a hill that overlooks the Yonne Valley and home to the stunning Basilica of Sainte Marie Madeleine.
I feel like all these old ancient villages are on top of hills because it was just it was better for defense to be able to protect your kingdom. You could see, you could look out and see, you got a good viewpoint. Yeah.
Which is actually a UNESCO World Heritage Site if you're looking
cool.
for those particular things.
Wow.
It's quite
That's incredible. 450 people live there and they got a chapel like that. Wow. I mean, it's old. It's not like they just put it there now for those people, but it's still really incredible.
It's quite a Romanesque masterpiece, which has been a pilgrimage site for centuries, and it attracts so many people with its spiritual significance. But the village itself is more like a maze of narrow, winding streets lined with charming stone houses, plenty of artisan shops, and cozy cafes.
I like that.
So as you walk around, you might feel as if you step back in time.
One chair is lit up in light. What is so significant about that one chair? Just chance, right? There's just a random hole in the ceiling or in the whatever, and the light's shining through. It just looks like it's supposed to signify something. I don't know.
And I'm not surprised. There's also the peaceful countryside that provides that perfect backdrop for this timeless village.
Wow, look how old that looks. That is crazy. That looks incredible.
Number 7. Dulafy.
Number 7. What'd they say?
Now, number 7. Dulafy.
Dulafy. Okay. Oh, that's a
Now,
cool clock.
this is a gem, a surprising gem, so write it down.
I don't have paper.
A peaceful village that lies on the banks of a river in a setting of plenty of verdant hills.
Okay.
There's a main street lined with houses painted in all kinds of pastel shades of pink, blue, and green.
That's interesting.
Small shops selling all kinds of wares, pottery and ceramics. And it's very quiet. And you won't get the hordes of tourists that you will see in all types of towns in France. So if you like blue skies, very warm colors, and a peaceful village, then make sure you take a trip to Julefi.
Until a whole ton more people see this video, and then they all go there, and then it's not so quiet, calm, and peaceful anymore because you ruined it. You let the secret out. You let the cat out of the bag. And I guess I'm somehow contributing to that since I'm reacting to the video, but hey, it's not my fault.
Another small town located on the Alsace wine route, between Colmar and Strasbourg. And these are locations I strongly advise you to visit. So take a long stroll through the streets of the city centre. It's not very big, and you won't get lost. But you can admire all the wonders that the city has to offer.
Yeah, like look at those buildings. That is incredible. You guys are lucky. You get to see stuff like this on the daily. I only get to see this stuff in like videos.
The beautiful medieval half-timbered houses, the superb Renaissance buildings, and the very pretty courtyards. And right in the centre there's a monumental church. That's pretty hard to miss. The town is also fortunate to still have part of its ramparts, so it's a pleasant opportunity to walk around its city walls. A surprising one on this list. Le Poète Laval.
No, ramparts, is that the things that makes it where the vehicles and stuff cannot get into the city? And it makes it where it's just good for foot traffic? I think that's what it is. Le Poète Laval.
A picturesque village in the southeastern region of France, where time seems to have stood still in the medieval era.
Southeastern, is that like close to like the Mediterranean area?
No cars, no traffic, just a peaceful atmosphere. The cobbled side streets lined with old houses, a nice place for a stroll.
That's an ancient village.
It's full of charm and authenticity. So it's no surprise that it's listed as one of the most beautiful villages in France.
Oh yeah, it
Founded in the 12th century by the Order of St. John, and back then a castle stood at the top of the village. But now a keep and ramparts are all that remain. So there's a hotel with quite a decent restaurant and only an hour's ride from Valence, which seemed like the easiest route to get there. This is a charming port city on France's Atlantic coast that you absolutely must visit if you get the chance to holiday in France. It's actually a straight train from Paris if you want to go via public transport.
What coast did it say?
So wander through the picturesque streets of the old town, where every corner reveals something unique. The historic centre is compact and easy to explore, filled with stunning arcaded walkways, and my advice is to always look out for those lunch deals outside the restaurants.
Lunch deals.
Don't miss
France, street food. That's going to be coming up at some point in a food reaction. I guarantee you that because I love food and I'm sure you do too. So that gives you a reason to subscribe so you can see that, right? Look at this architecture here. Like look at this building. That's cool. It's got like little block looking things instead of it being like a full timber. What's a Norway flag there on there? Is that the Norway flag?
It's the iconic Old Port. It's flanked by two medieval towers, which offer some really nice views of the harbour. Number 11 is Paris, and probably among the top names that come up when you think of most beautiful cities in Europe. Yes, it has
Yeah, but it's cliche because everybody's going to say Paris, right? Also, they got a fake Eiffel Tower in China, just so you know.
its problems, but let's be real,
In
there
Vegas,
are
I
still
think.
plenty of beautiful places.
Oh, that's
Dreamy
cool.
Bridges, cruises, mammoth museums, cathedrals, fashion, and of course, the iconic landmark, the Eiffel Tower. So everyone can find something in Paris. Whether you're into museums, history, landmarks, literature, art, whatever it is, there is
Was that cuneiform?
history, landmarks, literature.
No. I thought it was cuneiform, which is an ancient form of writing, but this is not. This looks like, well, I don't know. It kind of looks like it could be a form, not your traditional cuneiform, but see, then you got like a couple little things like this little guy right here that almost looks like Japanese kanji. Yeah. Interesting. What am I looking at? What is this? Because this kind of reminds me of a little bit of a cuneiform mixed with some Japanese kanji or I don't know. Huh. I like history. Sorry.
Art, whatever it is, there is something for everyone. Number 12,
Lyon?
Lyon.
Hey, I pronounced it right. Unless he also did it wrong. But I think it's Lyon.
So when it comes to Paris or Nice or Bordeaux or even the D-Day beaches, these are what people think of when they visit France. But Lyon rarely makes the list. So despite being France's third largest city, it's the country's gastronomical capital and home to several UNESCO World Heritage Sites. So I'm not sure why Lyon tends to fly under the tourist radar.
Oh, that's cool.
In its early existence, Romans occupied the area, leaving behind columns, theatres, and artifacts in the surrounding landscapes.
That's old.
But Gordes is not a big destination, but quite a small yet charming place instead. So when you do visit, which is 55 minutes by car or far longer if you're taking public transport, you can even see all of the village in a day.
Is he saying like how long it would take to get there from Paris, I would assume?
To be frank, Gordes has nothing adventurous to do, but wanderlust is the thing that will be satisfied.
Just
You
explore.
will fill your cameras with photos. So if you love discovering details and exploring off the beaten path destinations, Gordes can be the place you're looking for.
All of these. But yeah, wow, that's cool.
Number
Super
14 is a beautiful place in Normandy called Etretat.
The
So nature has
rolling
carved unusual shapes out of the white cliffs in Etretat. And as a result, it's a very picturesque spot that attracted so many painters and artists who wanted to capture the cliffs on canvas. It's also a pretty seaside town, and a setting for the popular French children's book about Lupin. You know,
I think so. These white cliffs here, I think there's a spot in Ireland or Scotland, maybe the Western England or Wales. I don't know, but there's somewhere in Britain or Ireland. There's more white cliffs like this, and it's actually part of the same geological plate or something. Like it's connected, like it was connected before it broke off, and there was like water in between all that. Very interesting, just so you know. Maybe I'm wrong though. I'm not wrong. I know it's a thing, but like as far as the way I'm explaining it, I'm not a geologist.
for the popular French children's book about Lupin. You know, the gentleman burglar. And that's 2 reasons alone to visit this beautiful destination. But as I mentioned, there's more to this destination than the cliff formations and its pebble beach. The small town is also very picturesque, plenty of restaurants and shops for you to enjoy. Now this is indeed a medieval architectural marvel.
Yeah.
It's a small rocky island located in Normandy, France, and is well known for its stunning abbey perched atop the island's highest point.
50 people.
The abbey, which dates back to the 8th century, is a prime example of medieval architecture, and it's renowned for its Gothic design.
Did he say 8th century? So this is like from the 700s. That's damn old.
The island and its abbey have a very rich history, once a strategic stronghold and a centre of medieval pilgrimage. So of course, it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site today, and a very popular tourist destination. But upon reflection, it reminds me of how amazing the past builders were, and what they may think of how the world looks today.
They wouldn't like the way the world is today because you don't build stuff to last, you build stuff to crumble. And there's no soul in it anymore. That's a really cool place. Wow, you can see all the spires right there on the side. That was cool.
Situated in the Luberon, at the foothills of the Mont de Vaucluse, the village of Roussillon is surrounded by a beautiful countryside.
Looks cool. See,
now in
on
France, it's considered as one of the most impressive villages.
Okay.
And yes, it's true, Provence has no shortage of those charming villages. But Roussillon still manages to stand out from the many of those pretty hillside towns.
Why?
And this is largely thanks to that unique colour. You see...
Oh, yeah. There were some buildings that are showing earlier that had that orangish look to them. And I didn't comment on them. Right there's one, if you can see in the preview window on the left part of it. I didn't comment on it, but I really like that orange. So I see, so this is mostly this orange color, which is different, which I like. I like that orange color.
And this is largely thanks to that unique colour. You see, traditional ochre is used throughout the village, and that's the colours that you are seeing, providing heat and sun resistance to those sun-soaked houses. And the result provides a very colourful place. So overall, the village has no...
Okay, and you can see, look in the ground. Hold on. Look at the dirt, yeah. That's where the orange is coming from, huh? From the clays and whatever it is that they're getting from the ground.
So overall, the village has no particular historical monuments. However, you can't miss a hilltop village in the Luberon region, especially...
What do you mean the village doesn't have any historical monuments? I mean, I guess it's not technically a monument, but the village itself is historical. What do you mean? That is old as hell. I mean, that's incredible to me.
However, you can't miss a hilltop village in the Luberon region, especially for its colourful facades.
And it looks great. The colors remind me of something you'd see in Spain or Mexico.
Number 17, Minerve. Now, one of the most interesting things about this particular destination is its geographical location. You see, the houses are perched on their cliff edge, and when seen from above, it appears to be suspended in space. So it's no surprise that Minerve is listed among the most beautiful villages of France.
Wow.
And this is definitely where you need to head to. So make sure you stroll around the town. You may notice even remnants of its eventful history. such as the tall medieval tower made of stone, the Candelar. And it once belonged to the castle, and there's even a few more ruined ramparts to admire.
That's cool. It's like a dove cut into the stone.
Number 18. So this is another hilltop city in the southern section of France. It's actually quite a popular destination, thanks to the many medieval structures.
Carcassonne.
Now, there are plenty of places to visit while you are in this city, and I highly recommend that you do choose this destination. And one to
Is this like outside walls, like city walls? Or is this a castle in it? Because it looks like city walls, like that's the gate to get into the city.
consider is the
Excuse me. Wow. That was a good sneeze.
Cité de Carcassonne. It's situated high on a hill, and the castle features over 52 towers. Now,
Okay,
there
it is a castle. Okay.
are guided tours that can be taken of its interior, where you'll be able to view more of its breathtaking architecture. So this is actually also a great family day out. So if you do prefer to spend some time enjoying the great outdoors, then Carcassonne contains part of a long canal that flows through its city, and it's a great place to go boating or cycling. But a highlight here is the charming stone bridge, as well as the two impressive natural tunnels carved by rivers.
What's this bridge for? Was this a moat? Did this used to be full of water? I have a feeling it did. Because what would be the purpose of it? Unless it's just to have a secondary defensive wall. Hold on now. So maybe it's just this is a wall that goes around the castle. So then you have this dead zone in between, like a no man's land. And then, of course, you would need the bridge to cross to get in. Bah.
Ez.
Nice.
Ez is a beautiful hilltop
Yes.
village in the south of France, and it's just between Monaco and Nice. Famous for its spectacular views, its impressive architecture, and stunning geographical location, which is above the French Riviera, about 1,400 feet above sea level.
Oh, it's Ez. I thought it was because I was looking at the map and it said Nice, like Nice. It's Easy. I was looking at the wrong spot, I guess.
Now, walking the streets of this town feels like you're back in the Middle Ages, but be prepared to walk uphill quite a lot, and then down the hill on the way back. So in this little town, you do need
Wow.
good walking shoes, believe me.
That is just a pointy mountain. You're just on top of the peak. That is crazy.
But I recommend you take bus 82 or 112 from the last time I visited. Nice. I
Very
guess
cool.
this destination is pretty much what everyone thinks of when they think of the south of France. Long, spacious squares that make it one of the best places to visit in this region,
Okay, so this is the one I saw.
especially if you're flying in and out of its airport. And it's a great gateway city to the wider south of France region, purely because of the airport. So I can guarantee you won't be feeling bored at all. But you would come to this particular destination for that beach life,
That's cool.
a stunning medieval old town, and some pretty delicious French food. But once you're here, don't forget to visit the gardens, which are beautiful, the Russian Orthodox Cathedral, and visit Magnan Beach for some of that chill time. But there are plenty of tours that you can book from Nice, especially taking day trips down the French Riviera. And for me, what I like about this city is that you can pack so many other destinations on the same trip.
Because it's close to other places. So it's rock beaches instead
Number
of sand
21.
beach.
Now, just a short 40-minute train ride from Bordeaux, you will find one of the best medieval towns in France. A stunning UNESCO-listed hilltop town, which has a long tradition of winemaking,
Okay, I like some
dating
wine.
back all the way to the 2nd century when Romans originally planted vines here.
Wow.
So probably the most famous monument of Saint-Emilion is the 12th century monolithic church, and its name suggests it's carved from stone.
Carved from
But while
stone.
the church itself is well hidden in the rock, its bell tower is standing tall and can be seen from every spot in the town. If you're interested in architecture, the tower is a fascinating monument by itself.
Okay. King's Tower, huh? I need a tower.
Alsace, France.
Belzou.
Now this is a stunning medieval village that's perched
Okay.
on a rocky promontory overlooking the Ardèche River. Now this
Not so
village is
colorful.
characterized by its
Not so colorful like that one was. This one's kind of plain Jane, color-wise. Still looks cool.
Now this village is characterized by its narrow cobblestone streets, its ancient golden stone houses, and the medieval castle ruins. In fact,
Wow.
Alsace has been recognized as one of the most beautiful villages in France. And I think it's due to its historic charm and, of course, the scenic location.
They just don't build them like they used to, do they, guys?
Now, one of
That's
the
cool.
crowning jewels of Alsace is its medieval castle, especially as it sits in a stunning location right above the village. And the castle's imposing ruins makes you imagine the lives of the nobles who once called it home. And from the ramparts, you'll gaze upon the Ardèche River.
Why was there random giraffes? There was random giraffes. Where was it at?
Which winds its way
Hold on. Right with that.
home.
There. What's that about? Maybe there's a school back here. Maybe that's what they teach kids. I don't know.
From the ramparts, you'll gaze upon the Ardèche River, which winds its way through the picturesque countryside below. So this is a great way to go deep into France and explore some villages that don't really get that much tourism. Number 23.
There's just so many of these villages, and they all look so unique and so cool. And then I see how it is in the United States, and everything just looks boring, and everything sucks here in comparison. I want it to look like that. That is incredible.
Dinant in Brittany is defined by its charming half-timbered houses. The town, which sits along the river, is how you would literally visualize a Brothers Grimm fairy tale, slightly dark and steeped in history with hidden mysteries. So as I mentioned,
Is Brothers Grimm's from France? I know they're from Europe. I don't know where at, though. Is it French? I'm not sure.
the town stands on the river with its medieval walls dating back to the 11th century, surviving several attacks from the English. Therefore, many buildings today you will see date back several hundred years.
Wow.
But there's one picturesque street which transports you from the top of the town to the port area along the river, and it's easily one of the best places to visit in Brittany. And if you are planning to visit the Brittany region, the perfect base would be to stay in Dinant.
That looks cool. It is
For number
stunning.
24, we're heading to Provence's lavender fields. Now, this particular destination is all about relaxation and just taking it all in the countryside.
I bet it smells great.
So from June to August, the purple blooms cover the countryside, and it creates a very scenic panorama. The rose of lavender, with its sweet fragrance and its stunning beauty, offers a very calming and picturesque experience that's quite unique to Provence.
Huh. Have you seen the tulip fields of the Netherlands, though? A lot more colorful. So I wonder what they do with all, like, do they just sell? I mean, I guess they use it for all sorts of stuff, right? You can get oils out of it, perfumes, fragrances. So that little hut in the middle is probably like the little shack that they use to put all their like farm equipment and stuff in, I would assume. It's a random little shack right in the middle. Yeah, it probably has the farm equipment.
For number 25, we head to Vogue, another less touristy destination.
Vogue.
And
I've been pronouncing it Vogue. There's a magazine called that. I mean, I'm not a subscriber. Like, I don't watch or read the magazine or whatever. I've heard about it. And everybody calls it Vogue. But of course, Americans don't pronounce things right. Vogue, huh?
A picturesque medieval village that's just situated along the Ardèche River. So it's known for its well-preserved stone houses, with the arched doorways and narrow alleyways that wind throughout the village. You see, there's a historic Chateau de Vogue, a medieval castle that you can explore, and it overlooks the village and adds to its medieval character.
Nice.
In fact, it's also designated as one of the most beautiful villages in France. So I think this is a great destination to tick off your list of places that you've been in the country.
I've been nowhere. That's why I go virtually, through videos.
Charoux, France.
A lot of cool little places there, guys.
Now this is a medieval town with a rich past, and it's listed among the most beautiful villages of France.
They all are, right?
It reminds me of Aise in the south of France, and I've mentioned France 4 times in the first 10 seconds. And you will find ancient houses, a 12th century church, a bell tower, a clock tower, market halls with wooden pillars, residences with timber frames from the 14th century,
That's crazy.
fortified doors and wells. So if you really like wandering through charming villages and finding small trinkets and artistic products, this is another place to head to, which is in central France.
Oh, that's interesting. The purple wood, you know, or I don't see that often. I'm sure not all the old villages look nice, though. Of course, they're showcasing the ones that do. These are the best villages, so there's going to be a ton of boring ones out there.
You're looking for fishing villages, lagoons, maybe even a sandy beach, then you might like this particular destination and why the French have kept it to themselves, the cheeky buggers.
That's theirs, right?
Narbonne is a city just over 50,000 people, and it was a very important Roman seaport. Now the focal point is its canal, which is an offshoot of the Canal du Midi, with wide promenades on both sides, which is perfect for those evening strolls. So it reminds me of a few different cities in Europe. A little bit of that neighbourhood in Milan, as well as Lucerne. So overall, I think this is a great city break. You can go from, if you are coming from the UK, you can go from London, St Pancras to Paris, and then you can take the train. It's a bit long though, I think 4 hours, but well worth it.
4 hours, bit long, 4 hours. I wish I could go to one of these places in 4 hours. I'll probably never be able to travel Europe a day in my life. I mean, I would like to, but it would definitely be years. Only 4 hours.
Now, travelling through southern France, you will come across many quaint towns. But this one is pretty cool. Marseille. And this is where the Canal du Midi meets the Étang de Tours.
Now, it says South France, so I would assume this is the Mediterranean, right? But it could be southwest, and I'm looking this way because I got a map on my wall. Could be southwest, which would be the coast of the Atlantic or whatever there. But
A large coastal lagoon. So this charming destination offers a mix of coastal beauty and that rustic French flavour. The waterfront is lined with colourful buildings, and you can often see fishing boats that are bobbing gently along the water. The town is also known for its maritime history, its role in producing some kind of famous vermouth. But overall, walking through the narrow streets, there are plenty of inviting cafes, local markets. You'll hear the hustle and bustle and the smell of the sea in the air. So the port area is actually perfect for relaxing. And you have views
I think it's Mediterranean then because he said the smell of the sea, so that would be different than the ocean, right?
of the lagoon and the distant mountains. A very laid-back environment of southern France. Number 29, Igues.
Yes.
Now, if you haven't realized by now, visiting the Ardèche region is the one when it comes to visiting those postcard perfect villages. And Igues is one of them. It's perched high on a rocky cliff overlooking the Ardèche River. And this village is crowned by the ruins of an old castle and a picturesque church that offers stunning views of the surrounding countryside.
So there's a lot of these I noticed that's around the Ard&egrave River. Must be a very important river in France.
You'll find all the typical spots like charming cafes, local artisan shops. But here you can also take part in some outdoor activities such as kayaking along the Ardèche Gorge, exploring hiking trails, or simply just soaking in the tranquil atmosphere.
Now, is this close to Italy? This looks like it might be like in the region, like southeast France, I guess, close to the Italian area. It just kind of has that feel to me. I don't know.
So this is actually quite a perfect place if you visit with a family. Another gem that you should put on your list for a visit to south of France is a medieval village in the Ardèche region, Saint-Montan. So picture the cobblestone streets, ancient stone buildings, and a magnificent castle ruin overlooking the river.
Was that an old Roman
So get
village
ready
too? Because there was Roman numerals on that sign.
for some breathtaking views, because Saint-Montan sits high on a rocky outcrop, and it treats you to panoramic views of the rolling countryside, far away from the hustle and bustle. So yes, you need to climb a bit, but trust me, the scenery is worth every step. So don't forget comfortable shoes. Trust me, those medieval pathways are not as smooth as they used to be.
Yeah, right.
But it's not about history here. This village is a gateway to other outdoor adventures, especially the famous Ardèche River, the gorges, and the fields of lavender nearby.
The Ardèche River again. Yeah, that gives me like Roman vibes.
And there you have it,
too.
folks. That's the end of the video. So many surprises in France in the top 30, and there's a few of some of the best destinations to visit. Hopefully I've got you covered. Plenty of villages, less touristy places, so enjoy.
Yeah, so that was a good video. I think my favorite ones are probably the one that has the orange colors. I think maybe it's in the Brittany area. I'm not sure. They got the one with the split wood houses, buildings with like the white, and then you got like the wood beams going through. Those are cool, and I like some of those ones that's in the South France, like that one that kind of reminded me of like some Roman stuff. I was wondering if it wasn't close to like the Italian area because it's got the. But then again, it doesn't even have to be close to the Italian area because the Roman Empire was far beyond that at one point in time. But like just the way the thing, it just had that Roman look to it. I really liked it. Well, anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Hit like and subscribe, and have a super fun, awesome day. And I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye.